Skip made a major transformation at Holiday Valley when he came here.
Skip is a very approachable guy. My favorite thing about Skip is he always enjoys looking at things from a lighthearted point of view, and always looking to find the fun in everything you do every day, you know, and have excitement for what you do.
I think one of the great successes of Holiday Valley has been our appreciation of our community that we're part of, that we live in, that we work in, that we all collectively take care of customers. Skip always understood and appreciated the importance of that. And that has really been one of the central missions of Holiday Valley, is protect the village, protect the vital parts of what make our community, make Ellicottville, and make Holiday Valley a success.
Well, no question, Holiday Valley became my love. I mean, I'd worked in Europe and worked in Mexico and places, and I came here and all of a sudden I was in one place, and the people were wonderful just from the very beginning. As it grew, I just became more and more involved with it. My family loved it, I loved it. You could ask Barb, she'd tell you any day that it was just a part of my life. And they say that Skip loved Holiday Valley. I sure did, and I still do.
Skip was always a bit visionary, and maybe a bit isn't even a fair term. But he had the ability to look ahead, never ever stop in his interest in growth.
Yeah, Skip led Holiday Valley into the future, one martini at a time.
With stability, the change of Holiday Valley when Skip came was the fact that Skip stayed. John Mayer and I were running the ski school here probably in about 1969, 70, something like that. And Skip came on board at that time, and he was from corporate America. So when he came, it was a little bit of a difference as far as the corporate philosophy and doing things. We had to write down on a piece of paper how many lessons we had, how much money we took in, so that was a little more than we normally did.
When I first came skiing here, we had several great skiers that ran the valley, and it didn't work really well until Skip Yahn took over. He really started the great climb that we've had here.
I think that through the years, to have a group of men that could get along with one thing in mind was to keep it the way that they thought it should be.
I know I took over in, 72 or 3, and we had a great board, and we have a great board of directors now. But the board all worked together. We'd get maps, and we'd draw big pictures, and then we'd talk down in the meetings, and we'd say, where can we put another lift? What else should we do? How could we improve this? What buildings should we take a look at? And this is the way we developed the valley. We didn't have an outdoor planner. We all worked together.
Skip liked to move forward. You know, he didn't like to leave everything the way it was. It just was always something new, and I think our customers have come to appreciate that.
I think he laid the groundwork. I mean, when Skip was involved with Holiday Valley early on, you know, I think Holiday Valley was looking for sort of future identity and trying to, you know, set the groundwork for growth. And clearly Holiday Valley has grown the right way, and I think a lot of that can be attributed to Skip.
One funny thing with Skip, it just came up the other day. You could never cut a tree here without an act of Congress. I mean, you could not cut a pine tree, you could not cut a tree unless you had Skip's approval. And that's one of the things that Skip was big on, was what it looks like. I guess the Walt Disney effect.
And he did that through his appreciation for people. He did that with his vision and his desire to see it grow, and his ability to look beyond what we were today and think about what we should be tomorrow.
Then we went into Hidden Valley and developed that. And that one was fun. 3 directors or 4 directors, Dick Condon and Doc Northam and Dwight Baldness and I skied all around up through the woods there. And we worked our way out, and we found out here's where the top should be. And then we laid out where the slope should be, some of them. We started the next year and started that lift. Of course, then the mountain crew came in and had to change some of the slopes because we got the too high or too low and so on. But the concept came from the whole group. That's what it was. It was all developed from within.
I guess I would have to say that it is good judgment and he's very efficient, in one word.
I think Skip teaches everybody to care about the finished product, just the way he wants people to view what you do here.
So here we are in this beautiful fall afternoon in front of the beauty of Holiday Valley, and I'm on the golf course. That's where Skip was most of the time in his work career. So it's appropriate.
When I first came here, there was just a 9-hole golf course. And then we decided we put in the second 9. And that's all along by the highway down there.
One of Skip's great abilities is that he's a generalist, and he has the approach of always looking at the big picture.
We're always investing in Holiday Valley. And I think that all started with Skip.
I've known Skip Yahn for a long, long time, I mean probably 50 years, and he's always been a very fun-loving, kind person, hardworking, and has always believed in surrounding himself with good people.
There are many ways to describe Skip, all of which are positive, as long as you love a great sense of humor, someone that can play every practical joke known to man on you, but more importantly, a man that has an incredible appreciation of people, knows how to make people feel good about themselves, feel good about the workplace, feel good about where they are at every point in time.
When I first started here in snowmaking, one day went to Cockaigne and visited that ski area. I came back with a Cockaigne hat on, went into Skip's office and said, "Hey, look at my new hat." And Skip says, "Where'd you get that?" I said, "Jack gave it to me." He said, "Why don't you go back and ask him to give you a paycheck?"
Skipper, I want to congratulate you on the good work you're doing and the fact that you're acknowledging that you learned everything you know about the ski business from Cockaigne.
A mentor of mine, a leader, someone I always looked up to. He steeled me to be a good insurance person, like the steel in this knight of armor.
First of all, he must have married very properly, because it seems like that after he and Barb got together, like his lifts at Holiday Valley, they all went up along with his career.
Skip, congratulations. I have one very fond memory of you dating back to an NSAA show years ago. We had these glow sticks that in the dark you could see through most materials, and I remember looking over and one was somehow located below your belt in your pants and illuminating quite nicely, so well done.
Skip, is that you? Thank God, I'm still in Palm Springs, California. Remember that night? Well, I got thrown in jail. It was mistaken identity. And there was something to do with you, this guy, Dennis Oshbaugh, something like that. Anyway, you guys were kind enough to have me for dinner with you, and something happened, and I snapped, and I've been here ever since. So please come and get me.
But the best story I have about Skip is he came to Swain to visit one time, ended up at the bar, and left with one of my ski instructors, and she never came back.